Possible, they've gone to the dogs. They're more prone to roll over and break down, and they're also a lot less efficient. Let Laney's help you fetch a free air conditioner with their 2-for deal. For a limited time, when you purchase a qualifying Coleman high-efficiency furnace, you'll receive a Coleman air conditioning unit absolutely free. Hurry and call Laney's for details. The dog days of summer will be here before you know it.
828 is just great.
You know the voice.
If you're a lawmaker, maybe you should strap on a vest and some boots and get out there in the great Minnesota woods and just see what it's all about before you start voting on crap you don't know anything about.
Timberwolves aren't just on the court in Minnesota.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Wow, Ronnie.
The Jay Thomas Show, weekdays at 2 on 970 AM and 93.1 FM, WDAY Radio.
And welcome to Weather and Ag in Focus. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. 83 degrees outside, absolutely beautiful, lots of sunshine. We'll be taking a look at that forecast coming up here in just a moment to see how long conditions will stay like this. And here's a little tease for the forecast. Bridgette, you've been missing tropical heat?
No, but I bet that's not the answer you wanted me to give.
That's the same answer I had. But it's on the way, okay. We got an unwanted Christmas present.
It's going to be hot. We're going to be sweaty. That's not what I was shooting for, although I realize it's July. This is what happens in our region. So when's it going to happen, and how long is it going to last?
Well, it'll be coming in next week, likely maybe starting on Monday, but probably coming in force on Tuesday. Dew points back in the 60s, possibly even in lower 70s. And high temperatures in the 90s to upper 90s. So,
wow.
Ooh, yeah. If you thought your garden wasn't handling what's been happening so far, get ready because it's going to get hotter and probably drier as we head through the next week.
So that was going to be my question. Any chance of rainfall, or does that all just go right out the door as we hit this hot, dry area for a while?
It definitely does not go out the window, but I'm not seeing any what would you say, strong signs of widespread rains. Basically, today we'll get a couple isolated showers, maybe a storm or two east of the river. I suppose it could develop within the river valley, but it'll favor to our east. Thursday's looking pretty dry. Friday's pretty dry. Saturday, maybe another isolated storm. But here's the interesting thing for next week. As we build up that heat and we advect a bunch of moisture up to the northern plains, as the signs I'm seeing right now with the high dew points back to the 60s, even low 70s, we're going to be priming the atmosphere with a lot of instability. And instability is what we refer to for the available energy for thunderstorms to tap into when they're developing and becoming stronger to severe storms. So the atmosphere next week, at least in portions of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, even points southward than that, look like we're going to be building up quite a bit of instability. The thing is, are we going to be too capped, meaning it's too warm aloft for storms to develop? And are we going to have a trigger to start fire those storms off? And I don't see good signs of either of those really playing out. Of course, we're talking about things that are a week out, so a lot will and can change over the next 5 to 7 days. But one thing is that instability levels look to be quite high right now for next week. So something I'll be keeping a very close eye on over the next handful of days to see how this changes. But as for severe weather this week, we are technically in a marginal risk for isolated strong to severe storms this afternoon and evening. I just don't think we're going to see anything. I think it's all going to be east of us, so I've not really been talking too much about storm chances. It's just a very slight possibility, but it should favor well into Minnesota later this afternoon. Then on Saturday, again, maybe an isolated strong to severe storm, but it's not looking overly favorable.
Okay. Well, we're going to take that overly favorable, hope for the best, because we know there are some areas where folks would like a little bit of moisture. I heard northern Minnesota last night got about 3/10, and there were some folks up there that were very happy to see that. So it's going to continue to be a summer of spotty showers, is what I can tell.
Yeah,
Justin.
that's basically what it has been. We've had a few widespread rain events, but definitely more isolated and scattered showers than anything so far. And thankfully, I shouldn't say thankfully we are below average in precip, but thankfully the precip we've been getting has been coming for most of us in a timely manner where we dry out, but we don't get too dry to where most of the crop is being affected. And we get a little bit of rain and dry out and a little bit of rain. And I think those things are more beneficial for the crop because they are kind of forced to drive their roots deeper. So when we get later in the year, they got a well-established root structure where they can tap into deeper moisture versus if we just keep getting 1/10 of an inch here and we're just getting the surface of the soil saturated versus subsoil.
So let's go ahead and fill that subsoil moisture. We'd be happy to see that, Justin.
Yeah, we could definitely use a couple inches of rain. That'd be nice if we could, over the week throw on 3 to 5 inches of rain over 7 days. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
I think people would be really happy with that. Yes.
Yes, that would be nice. I don't see it happening this week, but maybe next weekend things will start to change. So that's something that we'll keep an eye out. Hey, phone numbers to the program. I want to focus in Barnes County over in Valley City. If anyone over there is listening, you got any rainfall totals from last night's storms? And by storms, I mean storm singular. There was one storm last night. We didn't get a bunch of scattered storms, but we had two, one by Ashley and then one over in Barnes County by Valley City. So if you got rainfall totals, 701-293-9000. You had a severe storm for about 45 minutes in western Barnes. So it'd be interesting to see if there was any hail damage from that storm. I haven't really seen any reports. I haven't gotten many reports for rainfall totals, but you get a good storm parked over a spot for 45 minutes, I'd imagine you could pick up a quick 1-2 inches of rain. So if you got those, you can give us a call, 701-293-9000. Or if you can't call in right now, you can always give us an email at weatherorag@flagfamily.com.
Well, let's not also forget, as you went into South Dakota, this was the second night in the row of seeing some softball size hail and smaller, anywhere from golf balls, baseballs. There are a lot of sports analogies here that can be used. But for those of you who maybe have property down there, or if you have friends and family, I think they saw a fair amount of property damage with the size of hailstones that fell in many parts of South Dakota.
Yeah, I heard that they had some softball-sized hail, and I've never experienced hail that large. I think I don't even know if I've seen golf ball hail in my lifetime.
Well, I'm not recommending it. I mean,
I want to go out there with my softball bat and just start batting hailstones out of the sky.
Later on break, we're going to talk to you about some better goals.
I'm going to throw on my shoulder pads and my hockey helmet, maybe my lacrosse mask. And I'll go out there with my baseball bat and I'll just start slugging softballs falling from the sky at 80 miles an hour.
I'm going to call your wife and talk to her about increasing your life insurance as well.
Yeah,
just a heads up.
We got that for that reason. Just don't tell the insurance companies. They get upset about it.
Right.
Bridgette, we're playing a game this week and part of next week. And the game is... Where is Bridgette today? Because Bridgette, for those watching on our live stream on YouTube or Facebook Live, Acres TV, they can see that you are in a pickup truck. So why don't you let everybody know where you're off to and what kind of shenanigans you're about to get yourself into?
I spend a lot of time in this vehicle, I'll tell you what. But currently, I am just over the Wisconsin border from Minneapolis, and I am on my way into Illinois. I will be with the Horsch Tillage Group. They are a tillage company that's actually based in Germany, but they do have a manufacturing site out in Mapleton, and they are hosting their Ag Vision Field Days, and I will be down there speaking. I'll be joining them tomorrow and Friday before I come back. And then next week is a whole different adventure. So we aren't quite sure where I'll be next week. But right now, Wisconsin. Tomorrow, Illinois. And did I say that right? Wisconsin?
Yeah, Scotty. We're going over Scotty. Hey, bring me back some of that spotted cow.
I knew you were going to ask for beer. I was absolutely guaranteeing you're going to.
It's the only spot that you can find that, and I think we're losing Bridgette's audio connection there for a little bit. We'll see if we can get it reestablished. Looks like we got it back. Bridgette, you back?
I think maybe I went to buy you beer.
You very well might have just walked into the liquor store and picked up some Spotted Cow, some of the best beer I've ever drank. Well, guess funny enough, you're heading over to Illinois, and yeah, I said that wrong on purpose, people. I don't need the emails. Dean, Mr. Wysocki, also bailed on out of here early because he's going to Illinois, and his excuse is that he's going on a golfing trip. But are you two going out and you just left me behind to do the show for a couple days while you guys are out?
No. Nope. I can tell you right now, I'm working, regardless of what Dean is doing. I'll be working for her.
All
How's
right. That sounds good. Well, yeah, Bridgette, we're going to have to get that reconnection here. You're still cutting in and out just a little bit. But when we come back, we're going to be having a guest that'll be joining us. And again, if you want to join in on the conversation, we'll be talking a little bit closer home here in Fargo and local. 701-293-9000 is that Red Wing Shoes phone line if you want to ask any questions. And our guest that's going to be joining us, that's going to be Simone Way of the Red River Farmers Market. So we're going to be talking about what's going on here at the Red River Farmers Market, what they got available, any events going on. And I'd encourage you, if you have never been before or you just have some general questions, give us a call. We can get those answered or anything like that, as well as anything ag or weather related. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with Simone from the Red River Farmers Market.
No matter where you are in life, you need a car you can trust. That's why you see so many Subarus on the road today. Subaru comes with 4-season symmetrical all-wheel drive standard. Check out Muscatel's in-stock inventory now, or claim one of Muscatel Subaru's incoming models, and you can enjoy Subaru safety that much sooner. Muscatel Subaru, just off the interstate in Moorhead, or online at muscatelsubaru.com. Subaru, built to last.
What do eyewear and weather have in common? Join us for the Aspire Optical Eye on the Sky weekly weather forecast to find out. Each Tuesday morning, Dean Wysocki, Justin Storm, and myself, Ashley Freeborn, owner of Aspire Optical, will bring you the 7-day forecast.
You never know where we'll be or how it will be presented, but we promise to bring you the most accurate forecast this side of the Red River.
And learn how you can save big on eyewear from Aspire Optical.
Watch the Aspire Optical Eye on the Sky weekly weather forecast on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter pages.
Trust us, this is weather and eyewear like you've never seen.
If you're planning a big event for this summer, maybe it's a work function or you have a family gathering too big to host at your house, let O'Kelly's be the spot. Whether it's a grad party, groom's dinner, wedding reception, O'Kelly's has the space to make it great. And they will cater the whole thing with delicious food, a great outdoor setting by the pool, or indoors where everything is taken care of. They are attached to the Biltmore Inn, so out-of-towners even have a place to stay. Don't worry about anything. Talk to Tori at O'Kelly's, I-29 in Maine, in Fargo.
We've been so busy installing new energy-efficient and good-looking windows and doors, we had to add another window and door specialist to our team. I'm Andrew Sletton, the manager of the Window and Door store in Fargo.
And I'm Jaden. Our new window and door specialist is Warren Joyce. Warren and his family live right here in the area, and he has the same values we do.
If you're wondering if we'll go to your home and give you a no-obligation, no-pressure estimate, of course. We go to Wapaton, Grand Forks, Jamestown, Detroit Lakes, and every small town in between.
For a limited time, when you call us for a no-obligation, no-pressure estimate, we'll give you your choice of a free gift card.
You can choose between 20 Below Coffee or Smokin' Jay's Barbecue.
Our experienced installers can have your new windows or doors installed before winter.
Well, unless we get winter in September again this year.
Call the Window and Door store in Fargo.
701-205-0110. Better windows, better doors, and get a free gift card of your choice.
Is your precious jewelry in need of some TLC? At Wimmers, we believe in love. Loving your old jewelry, that is, so you'll wear it every day. Perhaps you have an item that needs a little repair, an update to match your style, a ring that you'd like to convert to a pendant. Bring your beloved, well-worn jewelry to Wimmers and we'll assist you in reimagining an updated version or give it a brand new look. Fall in love with those special pieces all over again. Wimmers Diamonds. Repair, reimagine, restyle.
Boost your crop's health with Domark 230 ME and Badge SC fungicide exclusively from Gowan, USA. Domark's systematic action teams up with Badge's outstanding mixing properties for unbeaten disease control on sugar beets, dried edible beans, and canola. Experience the power of 2 different modes of action with Domark and Badge. Don't wait. Contact your local ag retailer and ask about Domark 230 ME and Badge SC. Always read and follow label directions from Gowan, USA.
Mid-America Steel is looking for a full-time experienced truck driver. Hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. with overtime available. CDL and clean driving record required. Starting pay $25 to $26 per hour. Company paid 401k, 9 paid holidays. Company paid $25,250 term life insurance policy. Short-term disability, paid vacation, and safety boot and prescription safety glasses allowance. This is the job you've been looking for. Apply quickly as this position will go fast. Email resume to John, SIMO at midamsteel.com.
And welcome back to WDAY Weather and Ag in Focus. I'm Bridgette Readel, Ag Director, along with meteorologist Justin Storm. Justin, happily in the studio for us today, and glad to have her. So, want to say thank you to Dakota Bank. They are one of our Here We Grow sponsors. They've been doing an outstanding job of making sure that our 20 acres of custom farm soybeans project is going smoothly. Thanks to Chad at Dakota Bank. They are a national leader in ag lending. And also a thank you to our other sponsor that we work with, and that would be North Dakota Estate Services. Mark Wagner can get you all set up when it comes to transitioning, planning for the future of your farm, and things you might need to know. He can help you out in a variety of ways. So be sure to talk with North Dakota Estate Services. You can reach them, ndestateservices.com. Hold the phone. Literally, I think we now have Oscar on line 1. So, Oscar,
hi there.
What's going on?
Hi, how are you doing?
Oscar.
If you're going through Wisconsin, if you get hungry, on Interstate 94 at the 45-mile marker is a little truck stop, the Senex there, that has really, really good homemade corned beef hash. And then if you get to Hickston, Wisconsin, at exit 105, they have an awesome BLT. Their big BLT has 8 pieces of bacon on.
8?
Now, if you get down to Mauston, Wisconsin, on the Interstate 9094 at the 69, to the east there is a Shell station with a restaurant. They have the most wonderful 1-pound ham steak, real ham with the bone in it.
Hey, right on, Oscar.
I don't want you to get hungry over there, but all three places have awesome home-cooked food, okay?
You tell me you don't want me to get hungry. Too late now, Oscar. You already started that train.
No kidding. I want to get me a BLT now. Hey, Oscar, thanks very much for calling.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And a huge thank you as well. We've had some comments, folks wanting to know if my North Dakota road trip or my road trip back to North Dakota could bring some spotted cow. Looks like I'm going to start a tally sheet for how many cases I'm now bootlegging back into the state. And yes, there was a vote that Dean and Bridgette are secretly going to Illinois and leaving Justin out. But we're going to different places. He's going to Chicago. I don't want to get carjacked, so I'm not going there. Just how I see it. So let's get to our guest today, Justin. How's that grab you?
I am all for it.
Excellent. So we have with us today, her name is Simone Way. She is with Red River Farmers Market. And Simone, hello. How are you today?
Hello, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here. And so, all right, tell us what's going on with Red River Farmers Market. When did it start? What are you all doing? How do people find you? And let's just start with the dirty details, shall we?
Yes, we were so excited to launch our 9th season a couple weeks ago. And we'll begin our 3rd weekend of our season on Saturday.
Ruh-roh.
I think that
yeah,
I think Simone froze up. Gosh, I wasn't sure if it was me or her. Okay, so we're going to get Simone to come back on as we want to continue to talk about Red River Farmers Market. And I do have some friends who bring pasture-raised pork and beef to that farmers market. So I'm going to give a great big shout out to Cody and Deanna Sand, who come all the way from Forbes every weekend to be a part of the farmers market. So if you are not a regular customer of theirs, you could be this week in mind. That'd be great.
Yeah, it definitely would be. And
so Justin,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, should we hit an egg topic?
That's exactly what I was going to suggest. So
actually, I think we just got Simone back.
All right, bring her on in and let's see what we got.
All right. Simone, do you want to pick up where you left off, right off that first question?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry if my Wi-Fi is not good enough. We're kicking off our 9th season here at the Red River Market. We just started a couple weeks ago. Our third weekend will be on Saturday. We have over 80 vendors every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. until the end of October. So there are 15 more chances to come down to the Red River Market between this summer and this fall. So we'd be excited to see folks out there listening to live music with us, joining us to shop from awesome local produce vendors, meat vendors, ready to eat food vendors, artists and crafters, and much more. It's an awesome way to really see the best of the Fargo-Moorhead and greater community, and everyone has to offer that is completely homemade, homegrown, and home cooked.
So when you said you have 80 vendors in so many different categories, is it even fair if I ask what's like your favorite meal comprised of all of those vendors and the things that you would go get from a Saturday at the market?
Oh gosh, it's such a challenge. The argument between our staff is always, what are you going to have for lunch today? Last week I just had a little sample from a new vendor called Knit's Spring Rolls. Her family's been honing in their spring roll recipe for 10 years. And they have some awesome homemade deep fried spring rolls. So I really enjoyed those. But yeah, there is really something for everyone, whether you want to grab a locally made wine or beer, or you're picking up your groceries for the week. There's really something for everyone.
Right. That sounds like a fun little thing going on over there. How long has it been going on for?
It's been going on for 8 years. This is actually our 9th season. I can't believe it's been going on that long and in so many different locations. But we're so happy to be at Broadway Square, which we kind of consider our final home downtown. It's a super welcoming space. You can bring the kids to play in the splash pad. We've got a little band shell. We have all of our performances and our cooking demonstrations and all of that fun stuff. So regardless of whether you're coming down for the market or not, Broadway Square is a super awesome place to check out in downtown Fargo. And there's super easy parking. There's 3 adjacent parking ramps that are all free on the weekends. So make sure to explore those for super fast, easy walk parking.
Cool. And
parking is a big deal
ahead.
Downtown, by the way. So with parking being such a tight venture with 3 parking ramps, thank you for that. And also, could I just say that for those of you who drive pickups like mine, the Robert Street ramp is the way to go. That's the one you can get in and out of with the most ease. Just a heads up.
Absolutely. I've definitely parked an F-250 in there, and it does work.
I wanted to know how have things been changing over the past 8 years in terms of what is being provided for the community and then the community's involvement, and just how the market has grown over almost this past decade.
Yeah, well, we started in 2015 with 10 vendors, and it's been amazing to see our local food community and our local food system grow over time. We actually have a bunch of new farmers that have started growing, which is amazing to see. I mean, you hear all these stories about, family farms kind of closing up, and we're seeing examples of vegetable producers opening up, quitting corporate jobs, or young couples starting farms. And we are so energized by seeing that. And really just like the specialty food industry has grown a lot. We are seeing vendors that, are producing locally made, naturally made, like simple syrups or kimchis or kombucha, or different things that are really those specialty goods you're not going to find anywhere else. And it really, I think, shows the creativity of our community and resourcefulness of our community that they can take these ingredients that are locally grown and make them into something really awesome. So we have 27 new vendors at the market this year, and we've had over the years probably 80 small businesses open and launch at the market. Whether those continued on or not, we see that as a really big success for the market, as being a place where it's easy to start and test out your idea and give it a shot at the market.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. And that'd be a great spot to start, too. And that's cool to see that you're getting all this new engagement with what's going on over
Sounds
there.
awesome.
And I'm kind of curious, and we'll get this answered when we come back, because we're going to hit bottom of the hour here real quick, Simone. But I want to know, and I'm sure other people do as well, especially for maybe someone who's just got a little side gig on the side where they're trying to make a little bit extra money or something like that. How can you become involved in the Red River Farmers Market, or how can you become a vendor? So we'll get that answered. And if you have any questions listening, you want to get involved in the conversation, feel free to give us a call on the Red Wing Shoes phone line. That's 701-293-9000. Maybe you just want to express how you feel about the Red River Valley or the Red River Farmers Market. Or you can even reach us via email, weather.or.ag@flagfamily.com. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Rev up your engines for Track Talk with Jason Berg, the ultimate racing radio show every Monday night at 6:30 on WDAY Radio. From the hottest drivers, latest racing news and analysis, to recaps of the best dirt track races in the region. All live from O'Kelly's Bar and Grill. If the dirt's flying, you can bet Jason Berg is covering it. Track Talk is brought to you in part by Brenco, Johnson's Auto Repair, North Dakota Retriever Club, Welton's Tire Service, and WDAY Radio.
Keep your cool while the kids are out of school. Get a Kingpin Summer Bowling Pass and enjoy unlimited daytime bowling all summer break. Kingpins features hyper bowling, a new way to play. Hit the lights, earn multipliers, and score thousands of points. The kids, the family will love it. A summer bowling pass at Kingpins is just $30 per person. A summer of fun for everyone at Kingpins. Head to kingpins.com for more info or come and play for yourself. Find them at 3485 Jacks Way, South in Fargo. And it's time for the ultimate taco bar for lunch at Barron's. It's all-you-can-eat taco bar Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for only $10.99. Kingpin Summer Bowling Pass and all-you-can-eat taco bar at Barron's. This is the summer we were looking for.
Three Lions Pub is a place for ladies every Friday and Saturday night. On Saturday, ladies get $1, you call it. There's a drawing for relaxing products from Nature's Therapy.
Bring your better half for the Friday night date night deal. 2 meals and a bottle of wine for $35. There's also a variety of beer on tap. Lunch is back 7 days a week, 11 to 3. And all first responders, military, and seniors save 15% every day.
Friends, food, and fun at Three Lions Pub on 13th Avenue in West Fargo.
The defending American Association champion, Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks, return to action at Newman Outdoor Field July 20th through the 23rd. This homestand includes a business day game, entertainment act Wacky Chad, championship t-shirt giveaway, and much more. For more information on upcoming promotions and to get your tickets, call 235-6161 or go online to fmredhawks.com. FM Redhawks Baseball. We've got the bases covered for fun.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent scent. On low Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
And welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. It's 1:36 on this Wednesday afternoon. Quick check on that forecast real quick. A lot of sunshine, a few mid-upper clouds out there. We'll call it partly cloudy. 83 degrees, a little breezy though. Wind is out of the west at 20 miles an hour, gusting to 26. We will be watching for a couple of isolated showers or a couple rumbles of thunder throughout this later afternoon. And currently one thunder shower over Crookston and a couple of light showers up by the Devil's Lake Basin. So we're in the clear right now around the FM Metro, and we'll take a deeper dive into that forecast coming up here in about 15 minutes. But we're rejoining our conversation with Simone Way, from the Red River Farmers Market. And if you want to join in, ask any questions, let us know what you think about the market. 701-293-9000. Before we went to break, we were talking about how the market's been growing over the past 8 years and had over 20, I think it was 27, was it, Simone, new vendors this year? That is just awesome. So how does somebody get involved in this? Say I have a recipe for a dry rub for pork and chicken wings and burgers and all that, and I want to start bottling this up and maybe go to some of these events and try and sell some for a little side cash. How does someone become a vendor or involved, or how they can maybe set up a stand for their little whatever it is they're selling or their produce?
Well, the easiest way is to go to our website, which is www.redriver.market, and check out all the information on there. We have our guidelines of what kind of booth you can set up at the market, all of our pricing, really everything you need to know is on there. And then as well as our application, we are really full for this season. We'll still be accepting maybe a few more throughout the fall, but the information will kind of stay the same for next year. And you can apply on there, and our team will review your application and get back to you. And I'd say, too, if you're interested in getting involved and starting a booth, just come down to the market and see what it's like. Talk to other vendors who are selling maybe similar products or in the same product category, and just get their opinion on and advice on how to get started. It's a really great place, like I said, to start a business because the barrier to entry is so low. To have a booth for one day, it costs $50. You can set up, see what it's like, see what's popular amongst customers, and work to refine your business. It's awesome that we have 17 weekends of the market, so you can try something out, and if it doesn't work, you can tweak it for next week and see what happens.
Oh, it's super cool. And that kind of answered my follow-up question I was going to ask. When you go through this process of the applications, the fees, you get approved to set a tent up there, is this just for one day? Is it for a month? Is it for the whole year? Or do you have to apply every single week to get back in there?
We have season pass or daily passes. So I think for the basic pass without electricity, it's $500 for 17 weekends. And you can pick which ones you want to participate in, or you can, if that doesn't work for you, you can do the daily passes and just pick out your schedule of what works. We accept vendors based on category. So if you have a product in a really popular category like artists and makers, we accept less of those, but if you are truly a food-based or agriculture-based business, we really prioritize those produce vendors especially. So if you are growing, let us know and we'll talk to you. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a message on Facebook, Instagram, or an email, and we can chat more about that.
Sure.
So, Simone, you had mentioned all these new artisans that are joining you and categories. So what's your largest category that folks are in? Was it the artisan makers, and what falls within them?
We try to keep our market really well balanced. So like I said, we try to have the most stalls dedicated to those food businesses. So we try to keep our biggest category as produce and meats. So we do act truly like a grocery store. And then following up, we probably have the second most of hot food vendors in our food court, which is always a highlight. And we've got, like I said, tons of new ones this year, including, you can get tacos, you can get a Korean style corn dog, which has been insanely popular this season. We really got it all. So yeah, you can look on our website as well of all the vendor categories, household goods, beverages, alcoholic beverage, non-alcoholic beverage, and see all the vendors that are under each category as well.
Oh, you said beverages, Simone, and two of our favorite things here on Weather and Ag in Focus are beef and beer. Can we get both of those, or am I going to have to bring someone to a separate spot downtown to have that beer to go with the great beef that you're going to have available?
Yeah, you sure can. As far as beer, we've got drinks from Drecker and Fargo Brewing, but we can also get homemade mead. You can get two different vendors with apple ciders. You can get a drink from Proof, the local distillery in town. So we really have something and everything in that category, along with, great homemade juices. We have a homemade soda vendor, all kinds of things.
Justin, this works for us. Beer and beef.
Yes,
I like
it does.
this. So excellent.
And farm goods.
And all farmed goods, because we're seeing a real upsurgence in folks who are working on commercial farms that want to produce more vegetables in our region. And I think this buy local movement has really been helpful. And Simone, if you think about anything that's come directly off of a farm from one of your CSAs, et cetera, anything that was really surprising that you thought, wow, I didn't think we'd raise that in this region?
Yeah, I think there's a surprising amount. People don't usually think about fruit for our area, but you can get really small little pears, which are so delicious, raspberries, cherries, all kinds of things at the market. So depending on the season, go up to a stall, talk to one of our vendors. They're always super excited to talk about what's in season and what they're growing. So you can check out our produce vendors and just really strike up a conversation about what's in season, and then how they like to cook items at the market. Every weekend at the market, we have at 11 o'clock a.m. a cooking demonstration and food tasting. So if there's some vegetables that you might be unfamiliar with or intimidated by, we'll have a local chef or dietitian showing how to make those, and then you can taste them there as well. And something fun that we do is we give $1 token to any kid who tries the recipe. So we've had kids trying local mushrooms, locally made sauerkraut, all kinds of things that the adults wouldn't even try.
Oh, that's fun. Speaking of things coming into season at different points of the year, what have you been noticing has been showing up now at the market? What's just coming into season for some of those local providers that they're starting to roll things in?
Yeah, we've seen, it's been a hot spring and early summer, so we're seeing stuff that we don't normally see. The beets at the market have been one of the most beautiful beet seasons that I've seen. We're getting tomatoes earlier in the season as we've had before. I think probably about next week, we'll probably start seeing the summer corn, which is also very exciting. Sometimes we don't see that until, those early August weeks. So yeah, I think we're going to have probably an earlier squash and melon season as well. So it's going to be the full cornucopia in the next couple of weeks here. And we love fall at the market because it is a really great time to get all of your delicious vegetables. People don't always think of fall as farmers market season. They want to see it in the heat of summer, but come September and October, we've got awesome stuff at the market. It is just so cool to see all the stuff that's available.
So you said you run into the fall. How late into the year does it stay open? I know you said 17 weeks, but what does that translate to? Is that like early October, late September?
We run until the last weekend in October. I believe that'll be October 28th this year. And weather pending, of course, we've only had to cancel one market day for a blizzard, but we were open the next week and it was a beautiful week. So you never really know in the Fargo-Moorhead community, as you all know. But we always say, if you wake up on Saturday morning, you'll know if we're not open.
That I was just thinking that's got to be the most North Dakota thing ever. Yeah, we had to shut the farmers market down for a blizzard, but next week it was really nice.
Yeah, honestly,
Well,
we closed it because we weren't sure if our parking lot would be shoveled or not.
So since you're staying open late into the fall, do you guys get a good amount of pumpkin vendors that come in? People that sell a lot of pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns. You see an uptick in the kids showing out towards fall because, you get some of those fun fall things.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a fall festival every year, the first weekend in October, and that's when we really try to have the we call it the urban pumpkin patch. Bring all the gourds to downtown Fargo. We have a free photo booth that families can take advantage of in our 1948 vintage Chevy truck. Get your family photo there, and we have tons of awesome live music and performances, activities for the kids. So. That first weekend in October will be that festival, and it's super fun to see all of the kids there. We last year had a scarecrow on stilts that was super fun, and our vendors put out all of their biggest pumpkins that weekend. So please check that out as well.
That just sounds like fun.
That sounds awesome. Well, and I have a large pumpkin patch not far from me, so I am thrilled to see that more pumpkin producers are popping up in the area. And Simone, thanks to you and for joining us today. But we have an idea where we're going to find you. You said Broadway Square, but what if folks need to look for you online when they need more information? How would you like us to do that?
Yeah, you can find us at www.redriver.market for our website, and we are Red River Market on Facebook and Instagram if you use those as well.
So much appreciate you joining us to take the time to talk about the Red River Market. Thank you, Simone. And ladies and gentlemen, please don't you go anywhere. Stick with us. We're going to hear from the American Ag Network, catch up on the markets, cover headlines, and talk things. We'll be right back.
Downtown Fargo is growing. A bustling business center, thriving food scene, a coffee shop for every day of the week, historic buildings including one truly iconic theater, and one-of-a-kind small businesses. Downtown Fargo has it all, and there's even more to come. Whatever you need space for in downtown Fargo, Kilbourne Group can help. We have office, retail, and living space of all sizes with multiple buildings for lease or sale. Call 701-638-0100 or visit kilbournegroup.com to explore new spaces in downtown Fargo.
You go with what works, you trust your experience, and make decisions based on proven results. That is why ag producers like you have chosen Dakota Bank for over half a century and made us one of the largest ag lenders in the nation. Hi, I'm Chad Prewy, ag banker with Dakota Bank in Fargo. No matter the challenges, we are here to help you navigate the highs and lows to grow your business by financing your operating needs, improve your land, or purchase equipment. We all rely on you, and we're just happy to return the favor. Go with allies, go with trust, go with Dakota Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, trust and insurance are not FDIC insured.
Mid-America Steel is looking for a full-time experienced truck driver. Hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. with overtime available. CDL and clean driving record required. Starting pay $25 to $26 per hour. Company paid 401k, 9 paid holidays. Company paid $25,250 term life insurance policy. Short-term disability, paid vacation, and safety boot and prescription safety glasses allowance. This is the job you've been looking for. Apply quickly as this position will go fast. Email resume to John, SIMO@midamsteel.com.
Come to life with Caldera Spas and the hot tub stores of North Dakota. Discover a new way to hot tub with a daily ritual of a hot tub circuit therapy. Experience the comfort, design, and performance that only Caldera Spas can deliver. Welcome to wellness with a special offer, 0% financing. That's right, 0% financing. Come to life with Caldera Spas and the hot tub stores, 815 23rd Avenue East, located by Costco in West Fargo.
Watching the grain markets. You're listening to the American Ag Network. I'm Jesse Allen with this market update. Being joined now by Ryan Moe of Stone Exit for Arlen Suderman here with our market analysis. Ryan, grains pushing higher. We are off the highs of the day in quarter beans, but this wheat market looking strong, leading the way to the upside. But I know we have the Black Sea issues in this market, but weather, another big issue underlying this grain and oilseed trade. I know you are on a crop tour right now. Can you just give us some thoughts about that tour and how that weather is playing itself into our market trade right now?
Yeah, weather is extremely critical here for us from here forward. I'm on a part of a crop tour right now that has taken into consideration eastern Minnesota, eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, and a big chunk of Wisconsin. And that crop looks very good, but it really, really needs rain. And it needs rain now. It has begged, borrowed, and stolen from every piece of soil fertility that we have here in some of the greatest soils in the world. And it simply needs rain to finish. There's great potential, but that rain that we need to finish is not in the latest 7-day forecast, which has many of us in the marketplace concerned that a crop that has great potential could fall off very quickly if we don't get some rains to verify soon.
All right. Well, great observations. Ryan Moe of StoneX filling in for Arlen Suderman. Thanks for a little bit of time here today. We see in the market right now, corn is around 14 to 15 cents higher. Soybeans mainly around 11 to 14 cents higher as well. Wheat, Chicago wheat, the highest right now, up around some 45 to 50 cents. KC wheat up about 35 cents. Spring wheat, 20 to 25 cents higher. Some triple-digit losses in feeder cattle with live cattle and lean hogs mixed. This is the American Ag Network.
And welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. Thanks for rejoining us, 1:51 on this Wednesday afternoon. Got another check on the forecast coming up. But first, 701-293-9000 is the Red Wing Shoes phone line. If you'd like to join in on the conversation, we got a couple ag topics coming up here in Q. And Bridgette, why don't we do a little project update on Here We Grow? Because I'm stopping out there later, either today or tomorrow, to get an update on what the crop is looking like. But you've been out there recently, and you did a little bit with Ellingson drain tile as well. I know we kind of touched on it at Tadley last week. Due to some complications, that video will be coming up here this week instead of last week, so we apologize on the delays, but it will be coming up. But what do people get to look forward to?
Well, first of all, we answer the question is, what is drain tile? What does it look like? And why do we use it? And Ellingson is a leader in the region. They are a proud sponsor of the Here We Grow project as well. And we appreciate the work that they've done, not only with field drainage, but also with rural water projects and other major construction projects in the region. And with that drain tile, that allows farmers to get on their fields a little bit earlier with moisture from the soil. And so it gives us a more viable option when we want to increase our yield instead of sitting in wet mud, waiting that we can't farm that ground till later in the season, etc. Right now, our soybeans look pretty good. I think that they just got sprayed for white mold last week. So we'll have a protective treatment there. That would be from our friends at Gowan. They helped us out with a product called Affiance, which brings us 2 modes of action for white mold control. And we look forward to seeing how close we get to that 65 bushels you want, Justin. You just might get there. I'm not entirely sure we are yet, but we just might.
Do you think they look like they're on track if, say, we just have perfect weather and we just get the perfect amount of rain in August? Do you think we might come close to that in your years of looking at soybeans?
Well, thank you to Peterson Farm Seeds for all the great supply that they gave us with our soybeans, but I'm not really sure that we have the potential based on our growing season to get to 65 bushels. We might. You've given us sunshine, you're giving us some warmth, and occasionally even you make sure we get some moisture as our in-house meteorologist. So if we can just continue to have the rain at the right time, again, we've always got to be, that would be best. So we're just going to see how it rolls on through the month of it. Now we're past the summer solstice of June 20th, and those soybeans, they're starting to think about yield more than they are about foliage. So they're going to push forward to bring us the best yield possible.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get more of those timely rains, and that'll just lead right into the forecast here before we hit another ag topic or two. And before I do that, got an email from, not sure who this is, we'll just call him Eminem, on rain amounts, and I don't know where they came from. I would imagine it's in portions of Barnes County, but they said rain amounts of a nickel. That's 5/100ths of an inch of rain. But then added almost had to get the canoe out with the heavy rains. So either that heavy rain was very brief and only brought a 1/5 of an inch or 5/100ths of an inch of rain, or they just missed the rain totals in that storm. But if you have any rain totals and you want to relay those, you can send them over to weather@flagfamily.com, or you can give us a phone call on the Red Wing Shoes phone line. Again, that's 701-293-9000. And it looks like we have Lonnie on line 1. Nope, no, we do not. It looks like we lost Lonnie.
Okay.
So why don't we take a look at that forecast here? What we're dealing with right now, we're watching for a couple isolated showers around the area, hit or miss, nothing widespread. We got a couple of thunder showers over by Crookston on the east side heading towards Red Lake Falls and Oakley. Those are going to miss us. A couple of light showers up in the Devil's Lake Basin. Nothing here in the Central or Southern Valley or Lakes Country except mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies, but you can see a few building queues off to the north if you're looking to the north here of the FM Metro. We'll watch for a couple of those isolated showers or storms to develop throughout the rest of this afternoon, and although one of those could be on the strong to maybe marginally severe side, I don't anticipate it, and it will favor east of the Red River, especially into central and southern Minnesota for this afternoon and evening. Temperatures 83 degrees. That's where we're probably going to stay for the rest of the day. We'll gradually see temperatures starting to slide back into the 70s with a west-northwest wind around 15 to 25 miles an hour, but the wind does go lighter tonight out of the northwest around 5 to 15. Temperatures not too bad, upper 50s under partly cloudy to mainly clear skies, and we're right around 80 degrees again on Thursday, partly cloudy. Again, an isolated pop-up sprinkle will be possible. Most places not going to see rain tomorrow with northwest winds around 10 to 20, and basically the same thing for Friday. It's possible for a pop-up isolated light shower. Very unlikely. Most places won't see it. The rest of the day looks partly cloudy, lighter winds, temperatures in the low 80s. And as for the weekend, not bad. Another chance for a couple isolated showers or a storm on Saturday, but most of the day will be dry, mid-80s, and we're in the mid-80s on Sunday, right around 90 for Monday next week. And then we'll watch for the potential for some storms in the middle of next week with temperatures reaching into the 90s. So that means we'll be building in the humidity. We'll be building in the heat. The wind doesn't look too bad, but definitely when you got temperatures in the 90s, it's going to be hot. A little wind isn't going to help a whole lot, especially if we have that humidity. So we got some fun things to look forward to.
Well, you say fun. I hope you said that with sarcasm, sir.
I'm getting a lot of sarcasm over here in the inbox right now. I appreciate that, Eminem. Let's see here. Let's go over to an ag topic, and let's touch on a little bit more on soybeans, because we're doing that with our Here We Grow project. But the Minnesota is doing some research on soybeans. Is this correct?
Well, they have been. And so the Minnesota Soybean Council uses their checkoff dollars to make sure that research happens to increase profitability. Some of the things that they are looking at right now that affects their Minnesota growers, soybean stem and roses, they want to fill in those gaps for management, things like brown stem rot, which is a bit of a problem to manage, and they want to figure out what they could do differently in rotation. Soybean cyst nematode is a growing problem as well. And here's one that's more recent, and that would be the gall midge. Gall midge has been raising its little head across many areas of Minnesota. It moved up from Iowa, and gall midge is a bit of a newer pest. Not really sure what we can do to combat it yet. We haven't found a natural organism that will control it, nor have we found something that would work for us chemically. So going to keep trying to figure out what might work to control gall midge, but those are just some of the projects being funded by the Minnesota Soybean Research Council due to the checkoff dollars. And we thank them for that and keeping us up to date on what's happening and how we can raise our best yields every time.
Yeah, right on. And why don't we take this last 40 seconds to tease what we got going on tomorrow, because we have another guest. That's going to be Andy Pastor. Andy Pastor. He is a farmer in Ontario, and I know Andy. He's a great guy to work with. He was always on Twitter and social media talking about his clean farm equipment. He called it #AndyClean. And then because he runs John Deere equipment, he got the attention of John Deere. Together, they built a soap that's called Andy Clean Soap, and it's now a new parts number at John Deere. It's a true story of how a farmer made good, and we're going to have Andy online with us tomorrow to talk about his story. Oh, that's going to be fun. And a couple ag topics we're going to try and get to tomorrow is that anthrax is confirmed in Minnesota, a little bit on pasture management for great grass for livestock. and we'll also talk a little bit about animal welfare as well. But that's going to wrap it up for today. We appreciate you guys joining us for Weather and Ag in Focus. Got another look at the forecast coming up here with the Jay Thomas Show, which will be starting in about 6 minutes.
AM 970 and FM 93.1, WDAY, Fargo, Moorhead, West Fargo.
Good afternoon.